What can we talk about for 15 minutes?
For 15 minutes. The homeless? Only because my neighborhood's full of them, and I feel like if I was homeless, like legit, like homeless, like I didn't have any family, I'm on the streets or whatever, I either have to make it my goal in life to be a comedian and just be funny, use that as my thing.
That's how you get. That's actually a good one.
Like I would be like
be telling jokes out there on the corner.
My first thing would be like, give me a shot on that stage at any the Comedy Connection. I'd just get up there and be like, whatever I'm about to say, I literally it's uphill from here considering I live in a box next door, like
box down by the river,
sort of like that. But I'd be like, all right, I have no choice but to be funny considering I'm fucking homeless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then I'd use that, and then I'd actually just be like,
well, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but like I'd also try to be like, no one wants to see the same guy throw cigarette butts on the ground. And with a cigarette in his mouth and a coffee, a Dunkin' Donuts coffee, holding a sign saying I'm homeless. There's a guy that poses like he's a Vietnam vet all the time, but he definitely wasn't from Vietnam because he'd be like 80 years old. But he's like, but he wears like these old army clothes, and then he like is just on the curb every day, like just sitting there. But now he's so lazy, he puts the sign on the stop sign, and he just sits there with a cigarette and coffee, and then
that's his job.
Yeah, and then he always sees my truck because I'm always using that exit, and he's always shaking his head at my truck because I don't give him any money because obviously this guy is just like. And then he's got this other crony guy who like literally will just like wait until he leaves to get his spot, or he'll go to another spot, and you can tell like he's got the same scenario. Cigarettes and coffee. Like, buddy, cigarettes are expensive. How much you making on this stop? So if you're making like $20 a day, and that's a lot, it's got to be a lot for a homeless guy.
Well, they're probably making more.
That means you're spending it on cigarettes because I don't know how the fuck you're buying cigarettes, bro. You're fucking homeless.
That is true. Cigarettes are like $10 a pack.
But you're homeless. Like, what does that say? Hey, support my nicotine addiction. You're smoking a cigarette while getting money from people on the curb.
Doesn't put out a good image.
Yeah, plus, I got mad. I actually got in a fight, like an argument with a homeless guy one time. Where I am, like, there's no time for error. You have green light, red light. If you're in the middle of that and you go past it, they flash you. Like, because, traffic. Because it's like, so they have the cameras. So if you go past, so it's very precise. And a lot of people back away from going past it on yellow. Because
they don't want to get the
But, like, you couldn't go past it on yellow. But no one, so everyone's really flustered on this issue. I get pissed when it's like green and someone slows down a little bit to give this guy $1 who's sitting in a lawn chair, okay? And I now miss the light and now I'm stuck there. And then the light, so there's 3 lights that go on, that is at least 10 minutes.
Well, hence the reason for giving yourself time before you go somewhere.
I know, but it was just either way, it doesn't matter though. What if I was late to whatever? So I'm like,
you're meant to be late.
So I'm like, fuck. So the guy looks at me, he's like, hey man, yo, chill out, help out the homeless. I'm like, buddy, you're sitting in a chair. You know what I mean? Like I was like, you're sitting in a chair. And the guy's like, I don't smoke no crack, I don't do no drugs, I had a bad moment in my life, and now I'm here, like, give me a break. Like, you can't be a blah, blah, blah. I'm like, buddy, like, I said out loud, I was like, I'm arguing with a homeless person. What am I doing right now? I'm like, have a good day. Hope you have a good day, pal. And that's what I said. Not to sound like my dad, that was no exaggeration. That's exactly how it went down. But I'm pissed because I missed the light because these guys are like holding up traffic.
Well, have you thought of other ways it could have gone down and other thoughts on this scenario?
Yeah, I obviously stopped because I was arguing with a homeless guy. I could have just...
Well, what does it matter whether it's a homeless person or anybody?
No, it mattered that that guy held my car up. Because he shouldn't be there because homeless people shouldn't be asking for money on the side of the road. It's
so where were you going that day?
Going to Whole Foods.
Big rush to get to Whole Foods.
Yeah. It wasn't a big rush. It was just like one of those, like, I just, it's close nearby my house. But it's like, traffic over there is different from the other traffic.
Like, how many times do you go through that light, like, a week?
Not a lot, because I'm never going back. I'm usually going to Whole Foods and then out to my house.
Okay, so it's not even like every day you have to deal with this, right?
I mean, all the other lights are just as bad, though. It's equivalent to all the lights are the same, like, at different areas of the street. North Main Street, all the lights are crazy. And everything's one way.
So what I'm saying is, like, since you live over there, you've lived over there for about a year now, right? Like,
You're saying I should adapt and know what's going
you
on.
should just say that's what it is.
That's
or
great.
Move.
That's great.
This is
But
the complaining part of like, if you're just going to do these things on a daily basis, then you either need to figure them out
yeah,
or get pissed off every fucking day.
but
and
the
rush.
thing is, I'm kind of mad that like people support this this system. This is this con system.
All right, so maybe how about this, dude? We should bring the camera over there and fucking talk to this guy and actually figure out what his situation is, because you don't really know.
I'm gonna be honest. We are not doing that. I am not going to this guy at 6 in the morning. Guy's only there in the morning, and he said, "I'm not doing that."
Well, then I could do it. So,
Okay, all right. That would be insane. Like this might. That would
why
be,
is that insane? He's just a human being.
who's smoking cigarettes from money that people hand him, and it's just the fact that like I can't even pump music in my car, which I like to listen to music loud, because the guy starts playing the air guitar when I'm at a fucking stoplight. I'm like, what the fuck?
How does that bother you?
I don't know.
What the fuck, dude?
Because I don't want to have to look at this guy. I don't want to have to. I want to play my own shit. Like I just this guy.
Why do you hate this guy so much?
Because he's there every day, like throwing cigarettes on the ground. Like this guy,
Are you mad because he's littering?
He like acts like he wants people to feel bad for him. I'm like, motherfucker, like you're smoking, you're littering, you're drinking coffees. You're fine then, I guess. You know what I mean? If you were.
All right, so what I should go do is I should go talk to this guy and give him more advice on how to look the part of a homeless person, and then you'll feel more comfortable with him.
No.
Like, maybe, sir, you shouldn't smoke cigarettes.
Well, maybe,
because
sir,
people
you
think
shouldn't
that
hang
cigarettes cost a lot
Maybe
of
you
money.
shouldn't hang at the curb that people like you are forced to look at you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the whole point. That's how he makes the money.
I know. I mean, it's
I mean, if he goes to another one, then it's like you're not at that light as long.
Exactly. So he's pulling a con.
Very efficient.
He's pulling a con. It's not,
you're only getting conned if you're giving him money, I guess.
exactly, and I'm not. But I still
So
have to.
then why are you
I
so
still
mad?
have to see him, and I still have to like. Yeah, here we go. Dirty looks from this guy. 'Cause I'm in a
Hold
truck.
on. Maybe you're really mad because you know that he's conning all the other cars behind you or in front of you.
Yeah, no, he puts on this act. I can.
So
see
that's what it
it.
is.
That's what it really. All of them do it.
It's really about the fakeness.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here to talk about.